Hey, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to talk about some 2024 releases that are coming out in April, May, and June that I am interested in, intrigued by, what have you. So let's dive in. So the first spring release for 2024 that I am looking forward to comes out on April 16th, and I'm not sure of the pronunciation, and I tried to look it up, so please bear with me, correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but it is Lendy by Darcy Little Badger. This is a prequel to A Lot's Away, which I read a year or two ago, I think, and I loved it. I thought it was a great story, and I was so excited to hear that there is another book in this series. And in this one, like I said, it's a prequel, and it deals with the main character from A Lot's Away, Ellie. It deals with her grandmother. I'm just really excited to see what her story is like, because A Lot's Away dealt with a young girl who had this ability to see ghosts or talk to ghosts. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. And so I'm curious to see what she does with that story with her grandma, because it is one of those sort of inherited gifts. So yeah, I'm excited to check it out. The next April release that I'm excited about also comes out on April 16th, and it's Castro's new book, and it's called Immortal Pleasures. And this one I wanted to pick up because I really liked The Haunting of Alejandra. And so I was interested to see what Castro is going to do next. And this one deals with an ancient vampire who is living in the modern world. And I believe she travels to Ireland and meets some men that satisfy some of her desires. And this one is intriguing to me because I do love a vampire story. This one definitely seems like it's a little bit reminiscent of, like, maybe not Interview with the Vampire, but like maybe The Vampire Lestat, or, you know, something in Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles, which was a series I did enjoy back in the day. I'm guessing that this is going to somehow have, you know, be a nod to that and to just the vampire novel in general. And so I think that this one will be different because Castro will put her own sort of, I love her, the way she writes women and just femininity and everything. So I'm excited to see what she's gonna do with the vampire story. The next 2024 release I'm looking forward to comes out on May 7th. And it is Sarah Morgan's new book, The Summer Swap. And this one I wanted to check out because at Christmas time, I read a Sarah Morgan book called The Christmas Sisters, and I really loved it. I thought it was really good. It's just a very, like, if you like women's fiction, with maybe like a little bit of romance, I feel like she does it well, at least in The Christmas Sisters. So I want to read more of her stuff. And so this one, it's called, like I said, The Summer Swap, and it deals with an elderly woman who owns a cottage on Cape Cod, and she goes there for a summer, and there's some sort of mix-up where this younger artist also comes to stay at her cottage. I have a feeling like she must rent it out or something, and she shows up at the same time, and they decide to sort of stay together in the cottage, and then the artist meets the elderly woman's, I don't know if it's her grandson or her nephew or something like that. So there's like kind of a romance, but to me, I just feel like going into summer, that will be like a nice book to read, you know, Cape Cod, summertime. It sounds sort of lighthearted, but also just good. So I'm excited to check it out and see if I'm gonna like another Sarah Morgan book. My next 2024 release is Stephen King has a new book coming out. So of course I'm gonna check it out. Of course I'm excited about it. And it's called You Like It Darker. It comes out May 21st. And this one is a short story collection. I think it has 12 stories in it, and that's all I really know about it. And Stephen King's short story collections are kind of hit or miss for me, which, I mean, most short story collections are hit or miss for me. Like, I'm not gonna love every single story. That would be amazing if I read this and all 12 stories were just amazing. But I'm still interested to check it out. I do enjoy his shorter stuff, because as we know, Stephen King can be pretty long-winded in his novels. And so I like when he, you know, attempts to shorten things up a bit. So I have no idea what any of these stories are about. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna check it out. Okay, so for my last two books, they both come out in June. The first one is Riley Sager's new book. Of course, I'm gonna read Riley Sager's new book because I have read all of his books. And this one is called Middle of the Night, and it comes out June 18th. I think, June 18th. And this one is about a guy. So this is interesting because if I recall, all of Riley Sager's books typically have a female main character. And so I think this is the first time that he's written a book where a male is the main character, so that's interesting. But this one deals with a guy who, when he was 10 years old, his best friend disappeared. They were like doing like a sleepover in a tent in their neighborhood one night, and in the morning when he woke up, his friend was gone. And so now it's like, you know, decades later, he comes back to the childhood home, and it stirs up all the memories, and weird things start happening around the house. He's staying in his childhood home, and it makes him want to investigate what happened to his friend. So, sounds cool. Sounds like something I would like. I enjoy Riley Sager's books, and I do sort of look forward to them every year, so I'm gonna check it out. And then the last book that I'm interested in checking out, and this one is probably the one I'm most skeptical about, if I'm gonna be honest, is Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman, and it comes out on June 25th. And the reason I'm a little skeptical about this is because Josh Malerman has not done it for me since Bird Box. I have tried. There was one book I can't even remember what it was called, that I started and I DNF'd, and then last year I read Daphne, was that what it was called? And I did not like it. So I'm not sure, I'm on the fence about Josh Malerman. But this one just sounds really cool. So this one deals with a little girl who has this, I don't know if it's an imaginary friend or what it is, but she calls it Other Mommy, and it starts talking to her, and creepy things start happening around the house, which I think, you know, is why the book is called Incidents Around the House. And this other mommy entity is slowly getting stronger and trying to do things and trying to get to this little girl, and it just sounds really creepy and really good. So I don't know if it's gonna be like part like Poltergeist vibes, where it kind of, you know, these little things happening around the house kind of start out as sort of innocent and kind of just interesting and fascinating, and then just gets more and more horrific and terrifying. I don't know, but I want to give Josh Malerman another chance, and I really hope he delivers for me this time. And that's it, guys. Those are the books coming out in the next 3 months that I am interested in, intrigued by. And yeah, let me know if any of these books are on your 2024 release list. Or let me know if there are any coming out in April, May, or June that I missed, that I should have on my list, because I don't want to miss out on any awesome books coming out. And I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will chat with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.